listen, we all know the Pacers made the NBA Finals, won the Eastern Conference, and I want to give them their due first up. This is why you watch basketball, a team like this, because they're a team. They've got a terrific player who, for some reason, was voted most overrated by his peers in an athletic poll, and Tyrese Haliburton. Okay, you see overrated. I see a guy who can play his position better than most. That's for damn sure. And then this is a team that, has had Miles Turner around for a very long time, and then they just added pieces. Pascal Siakam's a hell of a piece.
Siakam.
He's going for his second ring. He got one in Toronto. Now he's going to try and do one in the United States of America. Nembhard, Nesmith, T.J. McConnell, Obi Toppin.
Yep.
Just to name a few. Just to name a few on this team that they just keep running out at you. They keep running out. I knew it was over when Thomas Bryant made a three-pointer. You know what I mean? Like that's when I knew it was all over.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
If he's throwing in threes, then this thing is toast.
It's a wrap.
But what they do is play at such a remarkable pace. The Pacers are setting the pace. They're always looking to go fast. And the number of times that the Knicks would score and either make it a one-possession game or a two-possession game or make their lead a two-possession game or they made their lead a two-possession game into a three-possession game. The Pacers would inbound the ball so damn fast and they'd have numbers in the front court while the Knicks are still, picking themselves up off the floor because the way that they would score is they're trying to just bull rush their way to the hoop. And they'd score, and then they'd be on the floor, and then suddenly, okay, it's 3-on-2 break, 2-on-1 break. And they'd score, and suddenly it would be a two-possession lead again, or a 2-1 possession. You get my point. They're just relentless, man. They're relentless. And I say kudos to them, and, Tyrese Haliburton. We were talking about his performance, and a lot of people now are talking about his Curb Your Enthusiasm type reaction to not being named the MVP of the conference finals. It was Siakam instead.
That was
whatever.
funny, man. That was
talking
funny.
about his dad, talking about the Haliburtons, the whole business. He's just a fascinating figure in every way, shape, or form. And, when he's not your guy, I'll be telling you. It's just, but I'll get to the Knicks' perspective in a second.
He's a wrestling fan, so I got love for Hal.
I got you. And by the way, I'll put a pin in that point for a second. I'm trying to be a professional here and talk about a team that won the conference.
Yes.
That was dominated by Cleveland all season long. With all due respect to the defending world champs, we were all thinking the Celtics were just lying in wait anyway. They'll get healthy at the right time. And instead it went the exact opposite way. And then it was the Knicks who had home court advantage. And the Knicks were supposed to be better than the Pacers because they added all of these pieces. And the Pacers are the ones who ran it back. And who's the team that's representing the Eastern Conference in the finals? The Indiana Pacers, who, as we all know, have a terrific coach in Rick Carlisle. Superb coach in Rick Carlisle, who comes from Dallas, and Mark Cuban was saying it on a podcast earlier this week. They try to trade Jalen Brunson to pop over the Kings to draft Tyrese Haliburton in the draft and couldn't do it, and then eventually traded for him. And now look who's going to lead the Pacers to the finals.
This is a franchise that took a chance on me, saw something that other people didn't see in me. Sometimes I think they saw more in me than I saw in myself, and Coach Carlisle, the whole staff, KP, Chad, all those guys just stay on me all the time, to keep getting better, to keep improving, to keep pushing. And, man, I wouldn't be here without those guys. So appreciate them taking a chance on me. I love being a Pacer. There's nothing like it. And this is a really, really special feeling for me. I'll take the time to reflect on it, later because, still a lot more work to do, but, this is really exciting.
Congratulations to the Eastern Conference champion, Indiana Pacers. And now they're going to be taking on Oklahoma City, a matchup we'll talk about with Mike Breen later on. My first blush thoughts are the Pacers are going to have to do what they did against the Knicks, plus against Oklahoma City, who can run people off the bench as well, who can run you out of the building if they so choose. Defensively, they're as terrific as a team has won their conference as I've seen in some time anyway. So, and it's also the matchup between two teams that lead the league and lead their conference in having their fans all wear the same colored shirts. So I'll just say this. Just take Jimmy Goldstein out of the mix here, right?
Jimmy Goldstein will be at the games.
Well,
so,
whatever. Take him out of the mix.
Yeah.
I will just say this. This is my first blush NBA Finals preview. Anybody in Oklahoma City or anybody in Indiana who does not wear the shirts that are given to them to wear, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. And I'll tell you this. It's going to be a contest. Who's not wearing the shirts? Don't be that person. Okay? Because I'm going to be watching. And we're going to see who's going to let the team down by not wearing the shirts. Because the other team's going to.
It's good analysis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then there's, stuff like transition defense.
Sure.
You know. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.